Greetings, this is Vlodril, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Alright, we reached the top of the tower, so let's see what Alkyl has to say. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the Adra pedestal. Only his barred teeth seems to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Shouldn't be here. What do you want?
Tell me what happened here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He smashes a fist into the Adra pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise but doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Research. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
Aloth's lips twist in disgust. If I had a copper skate for every fool animalser whose thirst for knowledge led to disaster, well, I never would have ended up in Gilded Vale, that's for sure. Keep talking, Alkyl.
Something happened on our 11th night. Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air.
Maybe this...
But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
Maybe this thing works in tandem with the other... It's the same thing, actually, I think. Interesting.
And the machine. This cursed spire. Dormant for 2,000 years. Lifeless through hundreds of our experiments. And we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start?
As exciting as the prospect of a living machine may be, I suspect that given mention of a machine and a masked figure both, there is another explanation.
Years I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened.
You were probably sacrificed.
Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
Slow down. What does the machine have to do with souls?
No time to slow down. But I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick, yes? Rub your hand over weir wool and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine. It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglanfath? No. Focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
There was a stranger in the tower the night this happened.
I didn't see him. My assistant, he saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets. Complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
So basically they did that to the whole district. You're not like the ghouls in the street.
Not yet. But I will be. My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply.
Did he eat his thing?
I'm not proud of any of it. hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction, picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster. You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
What happened to the rest of your
By
team?
the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time
Yeah,
when the hunger struck,
that makes sense.
and there was hardly anyone left.
How can I help?
Not your help I need. It's Harridan, shrew. Squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
Wait, runes, the Enguithan runes? She can read them. He speaks as of this feat so bluntly. Let's talk instead to this Harridan, Vlodril Alcaldar. I'd big her thoughts a time. Wasn't there the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near. Too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. Sure.
Yes. Acantha.
Not
She
sure
was
where,
here.
but we'll see.
In the district. Probably here still. Always prepared. Clever lady, that one. And perhaps
Perhaps give me someone to
bring me
eat.
something. Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Will he accept Durans? That was a nice comment. Alrighty. Let's fight this Incantha. Oh, nice. You can actually go the bottom with one click. Pretty cool. More games to do that. The game has a lot of little small touches to make the old school CRPG modern and eliminate some of its annoying elements. Wow, that's a lot of fog. Go.
And what does the flame reveal?
It's not trapped. Now let's see. Maybe here somewhere. It's only this, which I don't have a key for, and this area, so I'm guessing at the top. I'm not sure where I would find someone to give him to eat. Or if I should, anyway. Yeah, I've already been there. Fire!
Ansaru!
What?
Let's burn this away!
Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet. Anything here? Something blue. $23 gold sole. I think there are different kinds of gold pieces, or copper pieces or whatever. So 15.2. 23 gold sole make 15, so 200 and something. Alrighty, I think it's in here probably. Let's go in. Although, shouldn't they be dead also? Or does the house protect them? Yes, the house does protect them. Or here anyway. A woman bends over a roaring fireplace, feeding a splintered cell legged into it. As you get closer, you notice something unnatural about her. A certain pallor to her skin, so not really protected. Lack of movement beneath her flesh, even while her arms execute deft, efficient movements. And then you see the puckered flesh, rugged and bloodless, over her heart. Unnatural creature. We should correct it. Send it scampering back to the foulest depths of animancy from whence it came.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
I saw you in a vision. There is something you need to do for me.
Believe me, I've heard that line before.
I need the words that operate the Enguithan machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of your soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
What is the tower's name?
Ternuneth. It's called Ternuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
Where will they move souls?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know.
Why would the Enguithans have wanted to tether souls like
Perhaps
this?
they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Enguithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise
True.
without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
Well, you seem to know a lot about Ternuneth.
I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely.
How do you operate the machine atop Ternuneth?
Back to these tinkers' concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
I'd release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
That's like your opinion. I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dreams. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you are going to hoard it for yourself? Tell her, Vlodran Kadral, an entire language at your fingertips, and she hides it away. Extinguish Inkatha's pride. Okay. The vampire doesn't seem to notice as you wrap your mind around the squalling burning mass. Wow, I'm manipulating her soul. However, it sears your very bones. You jump back, crying out in pain. I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here with me, and I'll accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames around it abate. All I've learned, years of studying the Enguithan language. No one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Your knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. A foolish and false sentiment. Knowledge is meaning. It needs to no external purpose. Your opportunities here are finite. One day, that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than an ember now. You are wrong, but there is no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Will that really be enough for you? The dying cinder clings to life. It will, it must be. Tell me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. The words finally quench her pride, and all that remains a blackened diamond hard rock. You cast it away, where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they are no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They are commands. Something triggers your mind, a distant memory, unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Encantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning, and how they fit together. The language of Enguith once more at your command. This is pretty fucking good.
Something has awakened in your
Epic.
mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
The speaker of dead tongues now. And he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in a matter of a few moments. I don't suppose you could look a few books for me. Yeah, I know all about that. What do I do with the tower now that I know the words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the Cipher.
Wow.
But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
Maybe that's why there are Hallowborn. Maybe someone has been trapping the souls. And there are no more souls to be used as a rebirth. Explain how the control words work. You can speak them and I shall obey. It's the same thing from before, right? Yeah. Right, that's all, thanks. Wonder if I can steal from here. Say so. So why not? Nothing secures anyway. Ah, there is more here. Alright, cool. Address Hatted Part 2. Rebellion. Okay.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places. I can do that. That's settled.
Aha. Prisoners in here. You're not one of Encantha's servants. Please, you go to get us out of here before she feeds on us. What happened to you? We're just groundskeeper. When the district fell into chaos, Encantha took us in, said we'd be safe until the knights got things under control. Instead, she locked us in here. Every week one of those monsters who serves here comes in and takes one of us away. I don't know what she's doing, but sometimes we can hear the screams. Aha, this is... no. What the f... No. I am kind of a creep, but not that much of a creep. But... no. Spider Fingers. Minor spell bar, restore light endurance, perception +1. I'm not sure who would want this.
I'll see what I can find.
I think everyone has hands now. Ah, you don't. Let's leave this place. I think she will be happy. Doesn't seem to mind. Alright. I'll end this episode here, and in the next one we'll go release those souls, probably. Thank you for watching, subscribe, like, leave a comment if you want to, and I will see you next time.